Chào các bạn, bây giờ cả gia đình đi vô trong Disneyland. Có cái ride trong đây các bạn ha. Rồi đi vô trong đây. Mình ra ngoài.
How will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems and for your safety,
Ở đây họ chăm sóc mấy cây ăn trái nọ các bạn, các vùng miền. Đó. Đây là cây thanh long nè.
Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from EPA and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world.
Cây cà phê cacao các bạn, mấy con chuối. Cây này cây chuối nè, banana. Đây là về mấy trong khu vực nuôi mấy con cá hải sản, tilapia các bạn.
When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are costs raised by fish farming. A substantial system used in here recycles the water. As a result, we are able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources.
Mấy con freshwater shrimp, mấy con tôm.
While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world.
phê rồi các bạn. Đây là chăm sóc mỗi ngày những cây này để tham quan. Mía, sugarcane.
These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area.
Chăm sóc rau. Bean này chắc đậu xanh quá. Bean rồi celery, cần Mỹ.
Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year.
Trồng ra cái
The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants.
Viola, edible flowers.
On behalf of Walt Disney, we hope you enjoy this unique if you'd like a closer look, then check out the behind the scenes. This is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich in productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives.
Mấy cái rainforest đó các bạn. Đẹp không? Là đi vào giống như mấy cái sa mạc.
In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of a mighty buffalo helped create.
của mấy cảnh đồng quê.
Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live as dramatic and subtle.
Okay, các bạn, bây giờ mình đang vào cái ride nó gọi là Living with the Land đó các bạn. Bây giờ mình đi vòng vòng hơi tối này các bạn ha. Này giống như nó vô cái thiên nhiên rừng. Rồi cả gia đình vừa mới đi chơi cái ride The Land đó các bạn. Ok, mới về xong thôi, cảm ơn các bạn nha. Chào các bạn.